We are here again, live, CentralValleyTalk.com, talking about things going on in the community. People say there's nothing to do in Fresno in the Valley. Well, every single day there's something good happening, something different happening, something magical happening, and we're always here to tell you about it so you could get involved and be involved. Today we're going to talk about the Fresno AIDS Walk, and our guest is Lynn Pimentel. Welcome, Lynn.
Thank you, Mike.
You've been here before.
I have, and it's good to be here again.
You know what we do? We talk about things going on in the community. AIDS certainly isn't good, but the fact that we can all get together and work toward a solution, work toward raising money, that's a good thing.
The purpose of the walk and initiated to educate and prevent the spread of the virus. And our total focus was education because it's sorely lacking.
Yeah.
And it grew into what it is today, and it became a fundraiser for our private nonprofit, The Living Room, that serves individuals who are affected and infected by HIV/AIDS.
Okay, we're going to talk about the living room in a minute, but
they sponsor the walk.
they sponsor the walk. But let's talk about the walk. Fresno AIDS Walk 2022. These videos stay up forever. So if it's 2023, we're not talking about that. AIDS Walk 2022 is at Woodward Park on November the 5th.
Correct. 8 in the morning till 2. Walkers and runners are welcome.
You said it's free. What does that mean?
It is free. Well, there's a $5 entrance to the park.
Okay, to the park.
Once you're there, you can buy a T-shirt, but you can walk and run and not pay a penny.
Okay.
But we'd like you to buy the shirts because it looks real good.
Yeah.
But also it spreads the word throughout the year.
Yeah.
And the event itself is to educate and prevent the virus.
What else will be going on there? Food?
We will have vendors who offer food and whatnot, but we also have information booths from all of our local providers, Kaiser Hospital, Gilead, Fresno Native American Indian Health, a huge diverse gathering of folks who come together to talk about their programs and also to contribute to the walk.
Yeah, we just had the poster up. It showed a lot of the vendors and
Sponsors.
stuff. The
Gilead.
sponsors of that. Yeah.
Yes. And
Let's look at that one more time and talk about it a minute. Gilead Family Health Care, Yelp. Wow.
Imperial Dove Court. There's so many, but they are our major sponsors. And I mean major. People can pay for a booth to come out if they want to sell a product.
Sell a product.
But if it's just information, it is free.
Free information.
We encourage our partners in the community to come out.
Okay. Now, so there'll be food, there'll be walking, there'll be other things like that.
Music and entertainment.
Music and entertainment. So do they have to come at 8?
Well, 8 o'clock is registration.
Okay.
The walk will they do introductions, they have breakfast burritos, they exercise and do warm-ups, and then they have a lot of music and dancing, and then they go on their walk. So if you just want to come and walk, I would say it's safe to get up late in the morning and come in at 9.
9 o'clock, okay. I already made a commitment to Lynn Pimentel. I'm not going at 8, but I'll
you do.
Now, let's say somebody's had questions about AIDS, or they know a friend or a friend of a friend or a distant family member. Would this be a good place to come out and begin getting information?
Absolutely. You'll not only get information about the virus, but there's free testing to see if you perhaps were a family member or positive. Knowing information is prevention. Once you know what's happening, you can address it. Being unknown is a killer.
Right.
They can also come out and pick up brochures from Planned Parenthood, Community Hospital, any organization that might provide services to them at no cost.
Okay. Now, the living room is something very cool. And people, what's the living room? What's the living room? It's right up the street here from our office, right over on Olive and San Pablo?
On the corner of Olive and San Pablo, the southeast corner. It is an office that's open from 8 to 5, and they provide educational groups, meals, pantry services for anybody affected by the virus. They also provide a lot of counseling and education, and we have a large funded project from the city of Fresno to provide housing opportunities for people living with AIDS. So we can actually
that'd be a
get
place
them
to
into
start. Go to the living room, and you can start asking about the housing.
And if you don't know if you're positive or you question, come in. Ask us questions. We can do some testing, reassure you that it's not a death sentence if you're positive. It's preventable, it's treatable, and it can be eradicated. But it has to start with your stepping up and saying, I need to know.
Yeah.
And the unknown is not acceptable. My heart is with the living room. It started in 2001 when a consumer from one of our high schools was positive and had nowhere to go for services and help. So in 2001, Jules formed the living room, and it's been alive and thriving and growing ever since. Our first walk 11 years ago, we had 50 people. We raised about $300.
Nice.
And our last walk, which was before the pandemic, we had over 300 walkers, and we were able to raise $22,000 for the living room.
Oh my goodness.
And every penny went to the living room.
Yeah.
We have seed money to cover all costs of the walk. So we want you to know anything you invest in this community, in this program, is an investment in you and your families. Come out, learn, listen, understand that this is not a taboo subject. It's mainstream, and it could all touch you. So
Did I overhear at the living room that there's vaccinations or some services like that?
testing. We can do
Testing.
testing on site, rapid testing for HIV and hepatitis C.
Okay.
Many people in this valley have hepatitis and aren't even aware of it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's treatable, again. So
Okay. But you need to know.
you need to know.
The way to stop spreading is to know.
Education.
Start with that, yeah.
And along the walk, there are markers that give you, information, facts, statistics. Fresno County has 38% of the population is positive and they don't even know. 38%.
I'll do with the hepatitis.
Hepatitis.
Yeah.
And usually the virus, HIV virus. The public health department gathers this information from statistics and numbers of new tests and who's out there and do their math. But the bottom line is we have a third of our population who don't know and are positive and can continue to spread the virus. So knowing is power.
Yeah.
Knowing is power.
Now, you said that, well, it's called the living room. That sounds like those are very welcoming words.
It's very welcoming. The living room is a place to belong. It was actually formed in the living room of someone's home saying, we, 13 people, have an issue that no one can help us with. And it was a truly grassroots, boots on the ground project. This walk, we learned about it from other cities, and we thought, well,
We should
we'll
be
do
having a
one.
walk here, too, yeah.
We didn't know what we were doing, but we did it, and today we're big and strong.
Yeah.
You know, education and prevention, you can say, is the most effective tool against anything: bigotry, violence, viruses, death, and destruction. So be open, be honest. Don't be afraid to ask questions about HIV. Don't be afraid to walk into the living room and ask for information or help for you or your family. It's more than just a place to get a hot meal or a voucher for bus transportations. It's a place to belong.
Place to belong.
It's a home. And the living room has a living room with a television and a fish tank and a client's computer and nice furniture where they can sit and
Clients could come in and get on a computer?
absolutely do their work.
So many people don't have that access.
Nope. And we just bought a brand new one with funds raised from our drag queen bingo. So-
Drag Queen Bingo, okay.
and it's fun.
Now,
So-
was there an AIDS walk last year?
No, we had 2 virtual AIDS walk during the pandemic, and they were lots of filming of speakers. We encourage people to walk around their communities and film it. So there are virtual AIDS walks on our website for 21 and 20.
Very good. Virtual AIDS walk. So this is the first one, back with real people,
With real
back
people.
live, with people getting together for a common cause. And there's no idea to know how many people.
Well, we generally expect 300 or 400, and it's growing every year. We encourage people to have walking teams. Lots of them dress alike, wear costumes. Many people bring their dogs. It's very user-friendly. We have our Native American Indian drummers opening the ceremony to make sure we're in touch with the earth and our environment. We have a very large contingency of individuals from various walks of life, and they bring their diverse cultures and communities, songs, dancing. We have folkloria coming to dance. We have a magician. We have a
There's going to be a lot going on.
yeah.
out
We
there,
have some
huh?
entertainment from one of our singers. We list the names of people who have passed, and we recognize their investment in our lives, and then we release doves and people cry, and it's wonderful. It's my favorite
I'm
part.
getting a little
So-
sad over this.
Well, don't be. It's a celebration.
Celebration,
It's a
okay.
celebration. It's not a death.
If somebody's watching this right now and say, I got to get involved, I got to do this, where should they start?
They should start by walking in the door at the living room and saying, I want to help or I want to learn.
Or
Or they can go on the website as posted at
FresnoAIDSWalk.org.
Org.
FresnoAIDSWalk.org. I already have it memorized. It's
Yes.
easy. FresnoAIDSWalk.org. Go there. They could sign up there, get information.
They can go online and join a team. They can buy products. They can simply list names of people they want to dedicate their walk to. If there's somebody you've lost or is currently in, you can put their name, their first name and last initial,
Nice.
and walk in their honor. We try to recognize people that have passed, in the last year or more from the virus, and it's a somber time, but it's celebratory.
Celebratory.
Because so many people come together and celebrate life, whether they're positive or not, and it doesn't daunt them, and it teaches the rest of the world that this is a preventable disease that doesn't have to kill.
Okay.
It doesn't.
And this is a way to get introduced. I mean, a lot of people know a lot about it already, but a lot of people know nothing about it. This is a great way to get started, get down there, get information. Everything starts with information.
And information is power. It's a weapon that you can use. You can also assist your other family members by making them aware of high risk factors that could contribute to their demise, whether it's unprotected sex, sharing accoutrements that don't belong in your body. And it's important not to be afraid to ask questions, not to be ashamed. This is nothing to be ashamed of.
And that's kind of why the whole living room started.
That's right. It started because somebody was in need and there was nobody to help, and they said, well, we've got to do something about it. And the living room is the only supportive program in the Central Valley between San Francisco and like Los Angeles. We serve every county. Anybody can come.
Right, okay, you don't just have to be Fresno people. You could be.
You have to just be positive.
Larry, Kings, Madera, anywhere. Just come on. Be positive. That's the main thing.
Correct.
It's going to be a very, very positive event.
Right.
It's November 5th. What day of the week is that?
That's a Saturday morning at Woodward Park, and as you enter the park, it's at the first event center on the left, right across from the ponds.
You'll see a bunch of people in red shirts,
and
for starters.
big banners.
Big banners and everything. Saturday, November 5th, starting at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just go to FresnoAIDSWalk.org. All the information's there.
Correct, and sign up.
Lynn Pimentel, thank you. And
Thank you, Mike
Did we
Briggs.
miss anything?
No,
All right.
it's exciting.
We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk.
Thank you.
Right after this.
Thank you for having us. That was fun.